Hi everyone, welcome to Korean Express YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to learn 10 very interesting Korean words. So, without wasting any time, let's begin. Here comes the first word, and that is the Korean word for dwarf. 난쟁이, 난쟁이. Now let's look at the second word, and that is cottage. In Korean, it is 시골집. 시골집. Now, if you go to the literal meaning of this word 시골집, then it means country house. Okay, so it refers to a house in some rural area, typically simple and traditional. Okay, so 시골 is the Korean word for countryside, and 집 is house. So a house that is located in the countryside is 시골집. And such kind of house is called cottage. Okay? Now comes the third word, and that is the Korean word for bookmark. Now there are three ways to say bookmark in Korean. One is 서표, 서표. The second way is 책갈피, 책갈피. And the third word is 복마크, 복마크. Now there is a slight difference between each of these three words. Sopyo is a traditional, or I should say formal term for a bookmark. Okay, and it's less commonly used in everyday conversation, but is understood. If you say sopyo, it is understood that you're talking about bookmark, but it is a more traditional and formal way to say bookmark. Whereas "chekalpi" is the most common and natural word for a bookmark. Whenever you are talking about a daily conversation, then "chekalpi" is more commonly used. And the third word, that is "pongmaku", it is a loan word from English, as you can see, and it is primarily used in digital context. For example, when you bookmark any web page. So for that, we use this Korean word "pongmak". Okay, so basically, sopyo is a traditional and formal way to say bookmark. Chekalpi is the most commonly used word for bookmark, and pungmaku is a loan word from English, and it is basically used in digital context. Okay, so now let's jump on to the fourth word, and that is the word for funeral. So in Korean it is 장례식, 장례식. Now comes the next word, and that is the Korean word for toothpick. So in Korean, toothpick is 이쑤시개, 이쑤시개. Next, let's look at the sixth word, and that is the Korean word for bill. Now here, there are two words for bill. One is 계산서, 계산서, and the second word is 청구서, 청구서. Now, there is a difference between these two words. Although, if you translate these two Korean words in English, then their translation will be bill. But the difference is, 계산서 is commonly used in restaurants or cafes or shops where it means a bill for the amount you owed after a meal or after purchasing something. So the bill that you have to pay, for that you use the word 계산서. Okay? It refers to a kind of receipt that you receive when you purchase something or whenever you eat a meal outside in a restaurant or in a cafe. Okay? Whereas when you're talking about 청구서, then this term is more formal and it is typically used for billing documents sent by service providers such as utility bills or medical bills or electricity bill. Then the term that you have to use, that is 청구서. Okay, so In a summarized way, in a restaurant or store, 계산서 is more appropriate. And when you are talking about a formal billing, like a utility bill or any kind of invoice, then you use 청구서. Okay? So both of them, they are used differently in different contexts, but they are the Korean translation of the single English word bill. Okay? Now comes the seventh word, and that is the Korean word for index. It is 목차, 목차. Okay, now let's move ahead. Here comes the next word, and that is mention. In Korean, there are two ways to say mention. One is 대저택, 대저택, and the second word is 저택, 저택. Now you can see that the second word is just the shortened form of the first one. Okay, both of them are correct. Whether you say 대저택 or 저택, Korean people will understand you. Okay, all right. Now let's look at the ninth word, and that is bookworm. Now, again, there are two ways to say bookworm. One is 책벌레, 책벌레, and the second word is 독서광, 독서광. Again, there is a difference between them. If there are two words, then there has to be some difference, right? So, 책벌레, if you literally translate this word, then 책 means book, and 벌레 is the Korean word for any worm or bug. So, book, worm, 책벌레. Okay, this is a casual and common term for someone who loves reading or spends a lot of time with books, and it is a friendly and playful tone. Okay, so whenever you're talking with your friends or with someone with whom you're casual, or you're in a casual relationship with someone, then you can use this word 책벌레. Okay, and 독서광 is a more formal or intense term that you use for someone who is exceptionally passionate about reading. Okay, it emphasizes an almost obsessive love for books. So, if you are talking about a casual form or a casual word for bookworm, then you'll prefer 책벌레. And when you're talking about a formal word or a more intense word for bookworm in Korean, then you are going to use 독서광. Okay? Now, let's look at the last word of this video, and it is a very common, very popular Korean word, and that is the Korean word for song. Many of you might know this word. So, song in Korean is 노래, 노래. So, in this video, we learned 10 very interesting Korean words. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe Korean Express YouTube channel. Thank you.